The world of wildlife is filled with mysteries and miracles. Among the most astonishing tales are those of animals that have managed to return from the brink of extinction. These creatures, once believed to be lost forever, have made remarkable comebacks thanks to dedicated conservation efforts, scientific breakthroughs, and sheer resilience. Their stories are not just about survival, but also about hope, determination, and the incredible power of nature to heal itself. In this article, we will explore the thrilling and heartwarming journeys of 6 such animals. 1. The Arabian Oryx, the desert ghost reborn. The Arabian oryx, with its striking white coat and long straight horns, once roamed the deserts of the Arabian Peninsula in large numbers. However, by the mid-20th century, overhunting and habitat destruction had driven this majestic antelope to the brink of extinction. The fall. The decline of the Arabian oryx began in the early 1900s, when modern firearms and vehicles made hunting easier. By the 1970s, the last known wild Arabian oryx was killed, and the species was declared extinct in the wild. The resurrection. In a groundbreaking conservation effort known as Operation Oryx, the Phoenix Zoo in Arizona, USA, began a captive breeding program using a small herd of oryx donated by private collectors. This program laid the foundation for the species' reintroduction to the wild. The return to the wild. In 1982, a small group of Arabian oryx was released into the wild in Oman. Over the years, reintroduction efforts expanded to Saudi Arabia, Israel, and the United Arab Emirates. Today, there are over 1,000 Arabian oryx living in the wild, and the species has been downgraded from extinct in the wild to vulnerable on the IUCN Red List. The thrill of survival. The Arabian oryx's return from extinction is a testament to the power of international collaboration and the enduring spirit of wildlife conservation. This once ghostly figure of the desert now stands as a symbol of hope and resilience. 2. The California condor, soaring back to life. With a wingspan of nearly 10 feet, the California condor is one of the largest flying birds in North America. However, by the 1980s, fewer than 30 individuals remained in the wild, making it one of the most critically endangered species in the world. The fall. The California condor's decline was caused by a combination of factors, including habitat loss, lead poisoning from ingesting spent ammunition, and poaching. By 1987, the situation was so dire that the last remaining wild condors were captured to save the species from extinction. The resurrection. A captive breeding program was established at the San Diego Zoo and the Los Angeles Zoo, where the condors were bred with the hope of reintroducing them to the wild. The program faced numerous challenges, but persistence and innovative techniques, such as puppet rearing to prevent human imprinting, eventually paid off. The return to the wild. In 1992, the first California condors were released back into the wild in California's Los Padres National Forest. Subsequent releases have taken place in Arizona, Utah, and Baja California, Mexico. Today, there are over 300 California condors in the wild, and the population continues to grow. The thrill of survival. The California condor's comeback is a dramatic tale of dedication, ingenuity, and the unwavering commitment of conservationists. From the brink of extinction to soaring once again in the skies, the condor's story is a beacon of hope for endangered species worldwide. 3. The Tasmanian devil, the fiery fighter returns. The Tasmanian devil, known for its ferocious temper and powerful jaws, is a marsupial native to the island of Tasmania. Once common throughout Australia, it was driven to extinction on the mainland by the introduction of dingoes. The fall in recent decades, a deadly transmissible cancer known as devil facial tumor disease, DFTD, caused a dramatic decline in the Tasmanian devil population. The disease, which causes disfiguring tumors and is nearly always fatal, reduced the population by more than 80%. The resurrection. In response to the crisis, conservationists established insurance populations of disease-free Tasmanian devils on mainland Australia and in disease-free enclosures in Tasmania. Breeding programs aimed at preserving genetic diversity and developing resistance to DFTD were also initiated. The return to the wild. In a bold move, conservationists began releasing disease-free Tasmanian devils back into the wild in Tasmania. Additionally, a population was established on Maria Island, an offshore sanctuary free from DFTD. These efforts have helped stabilize the population and provide hope for the species' long-term survival. The thrill of survival. The Tasmanian devil's battle against a devastating disease showcases the resilience of nature and the power of scientific intervention. This tenacious fighter's return from the brink is a thrilling testament to the possibilities of modern conservation. 4. The black-footed ferret. The prairie ghost's comeback. The black-footed ferret, a small carnivorous mammal native to the grasslands of North America, was once thought to be extinct. Its primary prey, the prairie dog, was extensively eradicated by farmers and ranchers, leading to the ferret's decline. The fall. By the late 1970s, the black-footed ferret was believed to be extinct until a small population was discovered in Wyoming in 1981. However, this population was soon decimated by disease, leaving only a few individuals in captivity. The resurrection. A captive breeding program was initiated with the remaining ferrets, and over time, the population grew. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, along with various conservation organizations, spearheaded efforts to reintroduce the species to its native habitat. The return to the wild. Since the 1990s, black-footed ferrets have been reintroduced to various sites across the Great Plains, including Wyoming, Montana, South Dakota, and Arizona. Today, there are several hundred ferrets in the wild, and the species continues to make a slow but steady recovery. The thrill of survival. The black-footed ferret's journey from the brink of extinction to a growing wild population is a story of hope and perseverance. This elusive prairie predator's comeback is a shining example of successful conservation efforts. 5. The pygmy hog. The pygmy hog, the world's smallest wild pig, is native to the grasslands of India and Nepal. Standing at just 10 inches tall, this diminutive creature was once widespread, but habitat loss and hunting nearly wiped it out. The fall. By the 1960s, the pygmy hog was believed to be extinct until a small population was rediscovered in Assam, India, in the 1970s. However, the species remained critically endangered, with fewer than 150 individuals in the wild. The resurrection. The Dural Wildlife Conservation Trust and the Pygmy Hog Conservation Program initiated a captive breeding and habitat restoration program. Efforts focused on protecting and restoring grassland habitats, as well as breeding and reintroducing pygmy hogs into the wild. The return to the wild. Since 2008, several groups of pygmy hogs have been released into protected areas in Assam. These reintroduction efforts have been met with success, and the wild population is slowly increasing. The thrill of survival. The pygmy hog survival story is a remarkable tale of tenacity and the impact of targeted conservation efforts. This tiny survivor's return from near extinction is a thrilling reminder of the fragility and resilience of life. 6. The tree lobster's return. The Lord Howe Island stick insect, also known as the tree lobster, is a large flightless insect native to Lord Howe Island in the Tasman Sea. Once thought to be extinct due to predation by introduced rats, its rediscovery is one of the most thrilling tales in conservation history. The fall. In 1918, a supply ship ran aground on Lord Howe Island, introducing black rats that quickly decimated the island's native species. By the 1920s, the Lord Howe Island stick insect was declared extinct. The resurrection. In 2001, a team of researchers discovered a small population of stick insects on Ball's Pyramid, a rocky outcrop near Lord Howe Island. This incredible find sparked a conservation effort to save the species. The return to the wild captive breeding programs were established at the Melbourne Zoo and other institutions. These programs have been highly successful, producing thousands of stick insects. In 2017, a small number of insects were reintroduced to Lord Howe Island as part of a broader ecological restoration project. The thrill of survival. The Lord Howe Island stick insect's return is a thrilling tale of discovery and resilience. From a presumed extinction to a hopeful comeback, the tree lobster's story is a testament to the wonders of nature and the power of conservation. The journeys of these 6 animals from the brink of extinction to a new lease on life are nothing short of miraculous. Each story is filled with challenges, setbacks, and ultimately, triumphs. These animals remind us of the resilience of nature and the critical importance of conservation efforts. As we continue to face environmental challenges, the remarkable comebacks of these species inspire us to keep fighting for the survival of our planet's incredible biodiversity.